What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. 151, everyone's favorite Pokemon card set, well at least that's what it would seem. This set has been out for about a year and a half now, and it is still gaining value very steadily. Barely any sealed product has dipped in value over its release. In fact, everything is pretty much on a straight growth pattern. I'm sure you've noticed, but 151 products seem to be dropping like crazy right now, at least the simple ones with just booster packs in them. We had a massive supply of Blooming Waters come out and just get eaten up by fans. We've had booster bundles released in an abundance at plenty of different stores. And even this week, Costco's are restocking the mini tin bundles. But even though all these products are now on the market, it seems packs are still more expensive than ever. So we'll start diving right into the sealed product. We've got the booster packs here. One pack of 151 is going for over $10, almost $11 right now on TCG Player. No wonder people are scalping these like crazy. If you can pick these up at retail, like these Costco tins, if you're picking them up at like $6 a pack, less than that, $4, $5 a pack, and you're able to sell them for 10, it's kind of a no-brainer. If you look at the 1 year graph, like steady inclines, it's barely had any dips over the course of a year. It is getting a little older, but with the massive amount of this out there, I'm very surprised it's almost at $11. The Costco mini tin bundles are going on the secondary market for about 120 USD. Absolutely insane. You're getting 10 packs in there, those 4 Cosmo Holo variants of the 151 starters and Pikachu. Even if you break them down, one mini tin is selling for around 25 bucks. I was lucky and picked up some of these back at the end of November, but nowadays it seems like it's even more difficult to get your hands on them unless you want to go into work late and line up at Costco at like 6, 7 a.m. to grab 1 or 2 of these. Early bird definitely gets the worm when it comes to 151 drops, at least. The booster bundles have been everywhere as of late. I've been able to get some even when I haven't been trying to. Sites like Walmart have had massive restocks of these, but it seems bots are just buying them up like crazy. I lined up at Toys R Us to get myself some Prismatic Evolutions booster bundles. Their shipment didn't come in that day, but they took our name and number and called us when they did come in. When they did come in, they just put one of every product aside for us, and they had 151 booster bundles. So like I said, I didn't even go out of my way to get these. I didn't know Toys R Us was going to get them. I ended up getting a few because the other people that were there for Prismatic with me didn't want them. But it seems like everywhere, every LGS store, every, Walmart, GameStop, probably Targets and all this stuff in America have also gotten these. Like I've mentioned before, booster bundles make the most sense to drop at a later date. Like if they want to just dump a massive amount of product, just print a bunch of booster bundles, a small compact box, 6 packs, nice and simple. They could release these in like 2 years from now still if they felt like it. ETBs are a product that I'm very surprised has not been reprinted. It's worth a lot of money. You're looking at over 20 bucks a pack if you're cracking open one of these guys. It's just because they're so scarce. You don't really see them all the time. If you've been here for a while, I was like pretty confident we were going to get a dump of 151 ETBs around the holiday season, around Black Friday at least, because that's kind of what we got the year before with Crown Zenith. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case. Leads me to believe that ETBs are going to be a little bit harder to get in terms of like a reprint possibility in the future. Like they dumped booster bundles, they've been doing Blooming Waters. They did this for Crown Zenith as well. It's just there was already a massive amount of ETBs out there. But 151, man, like ETBs were easy to get until about this time last year. And that's when they kind of dried up. It was harder to find them. And now they're sitting over $200. If you want to go big and get the Pokemon Center ETB, however, that's going to be closer to 450 bucks. It's up over 330% in the last year. For a while, it was relatively steady in the low hundreds, but started going wild in the summer of last year. Right when I expected more ETBs to hit the market, right? Of course, like I was getting ready to sell a lot of my 151 ETBs and even my PC ETBs. Sold one and was kind of like, maybe I'll wait it out for a little bit, and so glad I didn't. I actually picked up a couple more recently because the prices just continued to go so strong. You've also got the Ultra Premium Collection. These were, again, not too sought after. Like I expected this to be like the Charizard UPC where nobody wanted it for so long. It got dirt cheap and then kind of gradually went up, and now it's, very expensive. Same sort of thing here. Like these were at Costco here in Canada for 110 bucks and people didn't want them. And then all of a sudden in September, these things are going up like crazy. Right now, they're like still steadily climbing at about $360. This is one I'm really sad I don't have in my sealed collection. I have every other UPC they've done for, I guess Sword and Shield generation onwards. Hopefully I get a chance with the Prismatic Evolutions Super Premium Collection UPC. Everyone's still calling it that. Seems like a UPC to me. But anyways, I really hope that's not as difficult. I know it might be a little tricky, a little more expensive to get here in Canada, especially with the whole tariff situation, which we're going to talk about in a future video once all the information's out there, once stores have kind of announced how they're going to handle it. But anyways, jumping into the singles now, very similar to what it's been. It's kind of moved around the last few days, at least the, 8, 9, 10 spots have. But the Charmeleon sitting at number 10, I feel like it's been here for a long time. Comes and goes though. Right now sitting at about $44. Pretty sweet card, of course, the whole Charizard line. People are going to want the Charmeleon to go with their Charmander and their Charizard. The next card, Pikachu, I don't think has been on this list other times I've recorded these types of 151 videos. Sitting at about $45 right now. I was very surprised when it was sitting, around 20 for the longest time. I do think it belongs in the top 10. Really nice artwork, and I'm glad to see it getting a bit more appreciation. It seems like a lot of these Pikachu cards are kind of growing in value right now. Might be something to keep an eye on. You've got Alakazam at number 8, the Alakazam SIR. Pretty sweet card, $53. It's definitely been one of the weaker SIRs the entirety of this set being out. I think it's really cool that there's an Alakazam SIR, but there's way better Pokemon they could have chose, like a Gyarados, a Dragonite, Gengar, something like that. You've got Bulbasaur at number 7, sitting at about $53 right now. Again, this one's grown crazy since September. It's it's gone up more than double the price. It was $25 at the start of September. Now at the start of March, over $50. Number 6, another starter in Squirtle. I do think there's better Bulbasaurs and Squirtles, which we've talked about before. Stellar Crown has them for sure, and those ones are worth more than these. But same type of deal. Bulbasaur sitting at about $55 right now. Steady growth since about July. Charmander has taken a little bit of a dip lately, but it is still in the top 5, sitting at about $57 right now. Last week, about $65, so it's gone down a few bucks. Still way more expensive than this time last year. It was going for $30, but it's been as low as $24 over the course of the last year. Next up at $60, you have the Zapdos SIR. Love this card. The colors are so good on it. It's definitely one that I need another copy of in my collection. I want the PSA 10. I think this has to be the best artwork in the entire set. It's this and the Blastoise for me that really stand out. But of course, there are more popular Pokemon on this list, as you'll see next with the Venusaur sitting at about $78. Just like Charmander, this one's kind of backed off a bit. It's gone down $10. That might be an effect of all these 151 packs hitting the market, people opening them like crazy, trying to pull that Charizard and then selling whatever else they get. But man, this one saw a real unnatural price spike. It went from $50 all the way to $80 in the course of like a week back in October. Backed off a bit, but never really went below $65 again. Right now though, Venusaur seems to be sitting pretty good in the high 70s. Now, number 2 on this list is the Blastoise. This is an amazing card. I really like this one. I had a buddy pull the Japanese variant recently, and man, the texture on it goes so hard. I think the Japanese variant is a little bit nicer than the English. I'm starting to really see the appeal in the Japanese SARs. But anyways, Blastoise sitting at about $82. Again, little bit of a dip, not as much as a card like Venusaur, maybe $5 on this guy, but I don't think it's really going to dip too much more anytime soon. And now the big boy sitting on top of 151 is the Charizard, going for about $273. This card came just shy of cracking $300 a couple weeks ago. It was going for about $295, probably sold over $300 in some cases, but has backed off to $273. Again, though, this card is way more than it was this time last year. It was going for like $100. You could get it sub $100 a year ago. Now $270 or more. Absolutely ridiculous. But it does seem like, as we're looking at these top cards here, the Zapdos in particular went from $70 down to $60 and looks to be steadily dropping off. This might be one you want to pick up a couple copies of if you're looking to, try to find a PSA 10 or try to make a play on some singles. If this one keeps dropping or plummeting as it looks to be doing, might be a good pickup. The Charmander's dropping, the Alakazam is dropping, but then again, you have some cards like the Pikachu that seem to be more so climbing than dropping down. But I think if we wait a couple of weeks, we're really going to see how all this 151 product affects the market. I don't know if sealed product is really going to be affected because everyone wants 151, whether it's for a sealed collection or to open. people are going to want it, people are going to pay for it, and people are going to open it. So I think no matter how much really hits the market, there's still going to be growth in the sealed unless people start leaving the hobby, which I think is a very strong possibility if you're looking at the next 6 months to a year. And I do think as of now, this has affected the top singles just a little bit, and I feel like it's going to affect them even more. Like I said, more 151 is getting opened. I'm sure tons of it is getting opened right now if people can find it at MSRP and not, paying the scalpers premium on these things. And again, like I've said in the last few videos, everyone's focused on the new hot thing. As more prismatic is available, people are going to be trying to open that, possibly selling their collections to fund opening more stuff, try to find that Umbreon card. And as well, Journey Together's right around the corner. Destined Rivals leaks have been coming out, or I guess Heatwave Arena cards have. I'm sure we'll be starting to see the Glory of Team Rocket stuff getting at least leaked or teased in the coming weeks. I guess we should also be expecting Destined Rivals pre-orders to be getting prepared for the Pokemon Center. That's going to be an interesting drop. I hope you guys are using a service like PokeNotify to try to secure your product. It's going to be a battle trying to get that through checkout, but we'll see. Maybe that queuing system is really working. I haven't really got to test it out yet. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it for today's video. If you haven't heard, I'm going to be giving away a Prismatic Evolutions booster bundle to one channel member at the end of March. So if you're interested in becoming a member, hit that join button below and you can learn more about it. Anyways, guys, that's it. I'm out of here. Thank you so much for watching as always, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.